in the heart of a small town in rural America where the aroma of fresh coffee and sizzling bacon filled the air. Sarah's diner stood as a beacon of comfort for locals and travelers alike. Sarah, the daughter of a blind veteran, had inherited the diner from her father, who had lost his sight during his service in Afghanistan. The diner wasn't just a business, it was a testament to her father's resilience and her family's unwavering spirit. On a crisp autumn morning, as Sarah wiped down the counter and greeted her regular customers with her warm smile, the bell above the door chimed. The cheerful atmosphere suddenly shifted as a group of rough-looking bikers sauntered in their leather jackets adorned with patches that spoke of a life on the road. The other patrons fell silent, their eyes darting nervously between Sarah and the newcomer. Sarah's heart raced, but she steeled herself, channeling the strength she'd learned from her father. "Welcome to Sarah's diner," she said, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hands. "What can I get for you gentlemen today?" The lead biker, a towering man with a grizzled beard, leaned across the counter, his eyes narrowing as he studied Sarah's face. "You're Jim's kid, aren't you?" he growled, his voice low and menacing. The blind vet who couldn't hack it after coming home. Sarah felt a surge of anger at the Dice's respect towards her father, but she held her ground. "My father is a hero," she replied, her voice gaining strength with each word. "He may have lost his sight, but he never lost his courage or his dignity." The biker's laugh was harsh, echoing through the now silent diner. "Courage, dignity, let's see how much of that you've got when we're done here." He gestured to his companions, who began to spread out, their intention clear as they started to harass other customers and knock over chairs. Sarah's mind raced, her father's words echoing in her ears. "Sometimes, sweetheart, the bravest thing you can do is ask for help." With trembling fingers, she reached for her phone hidden beneath the counter. As the bikers continued their intimidation, she dialed a number she knew by heart. "Uncle Mike," she whispered urgently. "It's Sarah. I need help at the diner now." The minutes that followed seemed to stretch into eternity. Sarah stood her ground, refusing to be cowed by the bikers' increasingly aggressive behavior. She thought of her father, of the stories he told her about the bonds forged in battle, about the unbreakable spirit of those who served just as the situation was about to boil over. The roar of motorcycles filled the air outside. The door burst open and a group of men and women strode in, their jackets bearing the insignia of the local veterans motorcycle club. At their head was Mike, Sarah's father's best friend and fellow veteran. "Is there a problem here, gentlemen?" Mike's voice was calm, but his eyes were steel as he surveyed the scene. The lead biker turned, his bravado faltering as he recognized the newcomers. "This ain't your business, old man," he snarled, but the uncertainty in his voice was palpable. Mike stepped forward, his presence commanding respect. "When you disrespect one of our own, you make it our business. Jim might not be able to see, but he's got eyes and ears all over this town, and we take care of our own." The tension in the air was electric as the two groups faced off, but slowly, reluctantly, the troublemakers began to back down. They could see they were outnumbered, not just in bodies, but in the strength of the bond that united the veterans. As the last of the unwelcome visitors skulked out of the diner, a cheer went up from the patron. Sarah rushed to hug Mike, tears of relief and gratitude streaming down her face. "Thank you," she whispered. "Dad would be so proud." Mike smiled, his weathered face softening. "Your dad taught us all about courage, Sarah, and you've just shown us that it runs in the family." In the days that followed, Sarah's diner became more than just a local eater. It became a symbol of community, of the enduring bonds between veterans, and of the strength that can be found in the most unexpected places. Sarah stood a little taller, her father's spirit living on through her actions, and the unwavering support of those who understood the true meaning of service. and sacrifice as the story of that day. Spread it served as a reminder to all who heard it that sometimes the most powerful weapon against intimidation is not force but the courage to reach out, and the strength of the community that answers the call in a world that often seems divided. Sarah's one phone call had shown that the ties that bind us are stronger than any force that seeks to tear us apart.